All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. It's like this is the brother Yeshaya, part of Men in Valley, South Carolina. This lesson right here is gonna be entitled "The New World Order Isn't New." Okay, the N.W.O isn't new at all. Now, what you see right here on the screen is uh, a comparison of how the Tower of Babel was constructed. Okay, the ancient day Tower of Babel that was spoken of in the book of Genesis, the 10th chapter, that was constructed by Nimrod and the Nimrodians. you know, and yeah, so, and on the right, you see the EU Parliament, okay, which basically kind of mirrors the Tower of Babylon, okay? Now, this is symbolic in many ways. This is symbolic first and foremost because of Nimrod and what he was trying to establish on the earth at that time, okay? The rebellion, the downright rebellion of the Lord's word, okay? You can read about it in the Josephus, where the Josephus, the accounts of Josephus, where he basically was saying that, in so many words, that the tower that Nimrod, okay, was building a Tower of Babel to escape a flood that would come. I mean, just in case the Lord would flood the world again, because as we know, the Tower of Babel was constructed post flood. Okay, because you had Ham, you had Noah, his wife, his three sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and then their three wives. Okay, and from then they became the progenitors of the other nations that we have today. But the whole reason that Nimrod wanted to build this tower was because he wanted not only to rebel against God, rebel against the Most High, rebel against Yahweh, all right, but also if the flood was to happen again, he would have a way to not only evade the flood but stand on the on the tower, and basically get some get back for Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, flooding the whole earth and killing their ancestors, man. So there's a lot of symbolism in this thing, man. But I don't want to go too far in it. You see it right here, the similarities of the ancient Tower of Babel and the EU Parliament. Okay, so and let's just get into it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Now, what does that sound like? Okay, the N.W.O. All right, the Georgia Guidestones. They want one central government, ran by one central bank. That they're gonna have a digital currency, which we know what that's gonna usher in. I'll get to that later. Okay, but ultimately they wanted to make a one world government, where the Lord, he doesn't want that yet, because in the kingdom of heaven there's gonna be a one world government, okay, ran by Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the elect, with King David, the rest of the 144,000, which are the governing body. So it wasn't time for that yet. Okay, so let's read into the account. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Okay, the land of Shinar. That word Shinar goes back to city between two rivers, and those rivers are the Tigris and the Euphrates. So that would be the land of Babylon. The land of Babylon. Okay, and they said to one to another, "Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone and slime they had from water. And they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." So this whole thing is about rebellion. All right. Hey, the Lord created different nations, okay, to be apart from his holy separate nation the Israelites, okay, which the sons of Shem, okay, that lineage, the chosen ones of Shem, of course, all right. But they didn't want that. They wanted it all to be together so that they can hide themselves in amongst us. But the Lord knew what was coming, and the Lord came down to see a city and a tower, which the children of men builded. All right, let's go down to yeah. And the Lord said, "Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language." See, there you go. This new world order, man. You can what is it, George H. Bush, whatever. The father of George W. Bush. He made that was it, address to the I don't know what they call it, press conference or whatever, and he said that this new world order, you know, was in effect. All right, and ultimately, the puppets are the presidents are puppets, but we know that they're giving their orders and their directions from the high level elitists. So this is basically what they want. They want this new world order, one world government. Um, and the Lord said, "Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's language." So the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore, it is the name Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did not confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad from the face of all the earth. Now, when you go into Babel, okay, Babel means confusion. So basically, Babal, all right, and we are actually in Babylon right here. It basically is Babylon the Great, talking about America. This is a land of confusion. So you're seeing the similarities of ancient day Babal and the Nimrodians, the Nimrod and the Nimrodians, um, and also the present day Nimrod, which is Esau Edom, and their agenda, their enterprise known as the N.W.O. Now let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, and verse, let's go to 9. Uh, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So you had, enterprises, namely the N.W.O, okay, enterprise that's in plan right now. Okay. And this is not, hidden information. Okay, you had, like I said, President George Bush at the time. I think it was like 1989 or 1991 or something like that. Between that, when he said it himself. Okay, and that was for the whole world to see. So this is not anything that should be flagged. This is not a conspiracy. All right, theory. It's a conspiracy because the word conspire means with wind, but it's not a theory. So with breath, okay. So two or more people have came together and, hey, call halal how about Shem Yahushua 11:44, have came and together and conspired to make this happen. Okay. Verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So there you go. All right. Now, let's move on. Okay. Because, bam, you got the back of the dollar bill. All right. Now they put this, everybody's seen a dollar bill. Okay. And right here, let's see. There we go. That's a better, let me get that up out of there. All right. That's a better version of it. Okay. Now you can see the signs in the money. They put the signs in the money because they are communicating within themselves. So on the back of your dollar bill, you have Annuit Coeptis and the Novus Ordo Seclorum. And then you also have Roman numerals. Now let's see what these mean, man. Okay. You got Annuit Coeptis, which means he favors our enterprise, or he favors our there it is. What does the Latin term annuit coeptis mean? Annuit coeptis is a Latin phrase that translates to he, God, has favored our undertakings. Now you may ask, what is that God they are referring to? That God that they're referring to is Satan. Okay. That God right here is Satan. Gold, oil, drugs. Satan is not the God of the Bible. And then the undertakings, you know, he approves our beginnings, or how Elder Apostle Gabar always says, which I like the way that he breaks it down. He's favored our enterprises. Okay, when you look it up, it's basically enterprises. Okay, so you can see right there, you know, side by side. Okay, um, you know, it's so much symbolism, because they think, well, they know for sure that the majority of the masses are dumbed down, stupefied, so they don't really have to hide it. They put it in plain sight for everyone to see. Okay, they basically hide it in plain sight, you know. So that's what annoet coeptis mean. Now, novus ordo seclorum means new order of age, or new. Let's see. Uh, I haven't went over this in a while. Let's see. Do I have it on here? Yeah, basically new. Oh, whoa, hold on. Yeah, new order seclorum, which means new order of ages. There you go. And then on the left, I don't know if you can see it. It's basically the seal. And oh well, before I get to that, you got the Roman numerals that's under the all-seeing eye. You know what that means? The pyramid. There's so much symbolism, man. Masonic symbolism, Eye of Horus, Satan, all that. The Roman numerals, okay, go back to 1776. Okay, that's when the Illuminati, so called, okay, were first formed. You know, so they came up with this plan, you know, from in 1776, man. All right, but 1776 wasn't the first time that this is happened, or this was tried to happen. Okay, when we go back to Genesis, all right, Nimrod tried to do the same thing, out of many one. Okay, and on the left, this seal right here with the eagle, it has no where is it? E pluribus unum. You can see it right there. Well, it's kind of fragmented, but E pluribus unum on the banners that the eagle is holding in its mouth. Okay, you got, yeah, 13 is everywhere. 13 is symbolism, man. 13 stars, 13 leaves on the reed, 13 arrows, and 13 stripes. Come on, man. You can't make this up, man. You know, so they're very heavy into occultism and symbolism. All right, and the signs are right there in front of you, man. You know, so let's move on. All right, because you know this man has a Slacky. Yeah, this man wants to take over the whole world, man. All right, he wants to enslave everyone. He wants to have everyone, marked and tagged and accounted for. He wants to basically insert himself as the Most High. All right, but hey, the Lord said that he will not be able to finish his enterprise, man. All right. Let's see. All right, yeah, this is Job 5 and uh, yeah, 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So there you go. What's their enterprise? Okay, you may ask. All right, going back to I think it's Adam worship, the leader of the so-called, well, back then, Illuminati. Okay, the creator, I guess. And this is their oh man, it's kind of creepy when you really think about it. Like these are really wicked people. These are the wicked, right? And they're trying to get everyone marked, put a chip in you, man, so that you can be accounted for. And it's crazy, man. Okay. Ah, like I said, but look, this is what the Lord said He's gonna do when they want to set their enterprise into place. Job 5:11 once again to set up. Salaki 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So there you go. He's gonna take them in their own craftiness, man, and ultimately that goes to their total destruction by way of their own technology known as a thermonuclear missile. All right, Micah 2:10. It's like a 2-1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So the Lord basically gave them this power, okay? But He's basically divulging the power to Satan to give unto them, because what I think that's in Thessalonians, whose workings is coming after Satan. Um, yeah, you know. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that should be in First Thessalonians. Whose coming is after Second Thessalonians. Okay, let's get that bad boy right fast. uh, let's get that bad boy right fast. Second Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders. So there you go. So this man really, this Edomite is really being directed by the spiritual demon Satan. Literally. All right. This is not figurative. This is literal. Okay. He's sending he's doing his seances and enchantments and going to Bohemian Grove. The Council of 30. What is it? Uh, yeah. There are different things that they do, man. You know, to get direction from the spiritual demon Satan, okay, on what to do next, So yeah, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. So let's move on. Job 20:23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating. So that similarity goes back to what? Uh, right here in Genesis, when they were basically Nimrod was about to finish, his enterprise. The tower was about to be done, everything was about to be right. But what did the Lord do? Okay, he thwarted his plan, Nimrod's plan. All right, yep. Verse 6. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord, disappointed Slaki. The Lord disappointed their craftiness. I mean, Slaki, it was people loud as hell outside. Uh Let's read it again. There it is. He disappointed the craftiness of the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. All right. And what does this right here mean right here? Okay. Annuit coeptis. All right. Basically saying God favors our enterprise. All right. But yeah, Satan does, but not the God of the Bible. Okay. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. He is against it. And you're going to see. Job 20:23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, so, hey, it's going to get really close to them, fulfilling their plan. It's going to get really close. But when it gets to that point where they're going to just be sitting in their bunkers and be waiting to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, so to say, after the thermonuclear destruction, that's when those that multitude is going to come from heaven. Okay, the 144,000. All right. Slakia, that new city Jerusalem, and gonna clean up clean up shop. Gonna arrest these ones that managed to escape the thermonuclear destruction, and basically put to death the ones that need to be put to death, and clean just a whole cleanup crew, man. All right, and that includes the Israelites, because there's gonna be some Israelites that survive as well. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also, because he transgressive by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So, hey, this devil wants to get all people under his umbrella. He doesn't want anyone to be called this or that. You're not gonna have an identity no more. Your identity is gonna be whatever serial number that Chip has that you're supposed to take. Okay, there's gonna be no more. And ultimately, he wants to get rid of Israelites. He wants us to do away. Well, he wants to do away with the difference between the nations. Okay, so that he can hide himself in the midst of the Israelites, because this man knows that he's the devil, man. All right, and similarly, similarly, if I said that right, similarly, or yeah, whatever. It goes back to Nimrod. Okay, Nimrod tried to do the same thing. Okay, he wanted to make one language and have one speech, because he was so against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. He had the disdain. He was nasty, man. All right, Elder Yashawamba refers to him as the nasty one. you know, and that's what he was, man. And when you go into it, which that's another lesson for another day, but when you really go into it, his whole reason for his rebellion, he started rebelling as soon as he, you know, when he was on the ark, when he didn't cover his father up, looking upon his nakedness. Okay, and that just shows you the the um the freakiness of, for lack of better words, of Ham, man. Okay, all the stuff that they were doing in Sodom and Gomorrah, because those was run by Hamites, Canaanites, the Babylonians, the Egyptians. You know, they were into some nasty stuff, man. All right, and that's and so we are not Hamites. We're definitely not Hamites. All right. So yeah, he wants to basically heap unto himself all people. All right, but hey, that's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah's job. He created everyone, and this man could never really get that, and he's always been opposed to that notion. Okay, the Hamites as well, but more overly these Edomites, man. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which dideth weaken the nations? Okay. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So, hey, you're not going to be able to finish what you started, man. Okay, and ultimately, like I said, they want this to happen. Revelation 13 and 16, cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. So this man wants your soul, man. All right. And just I'm gonna end it, but this point that I want to make right here really tells you, okay, what Nimrod was doing, okay, and what he was trying to do. All right. So now these are the generations of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them are sons born after the flood. Then, like I said earlier, okay, we're gonna skip down to sons of Ham: Cush. Okay, Cush being the modern day Ethiopians, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. All right, and there it is. And Cush begot Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, whereas it said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. So he was basically killing people. He was a murderer. He was like one of the first generals of the whole earth, you know. And the beginning of the kingdom was Babal, see, Erect, Hachad, Chana, Halna, and in the land of Shinar. Okay. Now, when you go into each of these, you know, just really quick, it tells you basically and it describes his whole motives. Okay. So let's go to Babal. Babal being confusion. Okay. See, confusion by mixing. Okay. So he was causing a lot of confusion. All right. Let's go to erect. Long. Okay. So, this is a long process. All right. And, we wanted it to last long. Okay. Uh, let's see what this one, Akkad. Subtile. All right. Yeah, subtle. Okay. So he's being really subtle with it. All right, like the snake, like a serpent, right? You know what I'm saying? Khana, Khana. All right, fortress of Anu. You know, and when you go into Anu, Anu is basically the deity that the Sumerians, um, which that land of Samaria is by Babylon. Okay, Samaria is actually where Abraham was born, the Ur of the Chaldees. Okay, that's basically Samaria. You know, so yeah, so Anu is basically the top god, which bred a whole bunch of other gods. All right. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. I didn't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to bring that point out. So that's basically what this man is doing right now. All right. Esau is the modern day Nimrod. All right. He's trying to uh, put everyone under one umbrella, get everyone in his clutches so that he can be esteemed as the Most High. Okay. So there you go, man. I'm gonna end it with that. Lord willing, it was edifying, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.